than any Division I team, 26, but not counting if Michigan State got a say against Orlando Tucker and the Badgers. Michigan State 16-1 at home and creative. This is hockey country, and Drew Namick not shy by putting a little extra hip into the screen. That allows Drew Neitzel to get open and knock down the three. You know what? Get used to it. Neitzel, 13 of Michigan State's first 15 points. Brian Butch nearly loses it, holds on, hits Jason Bohannon to Tucker for the tough three from the wing. Wisconsin up 3. Tucker had 16, but 14 in the first half. Second half, you know it's going to be a Big Ten brawl. Everybody on the floor. Michael Flowers to Tucker for his only bucket of the second half. Said it was the best defense I've faced this season. Tom Izzo drew up Neitzel, tied at 51. Shot clock running out. Neitzel heating up. Drains the floater. Neitzel, pronate, rotate, and eventually celebrate. 6 of 11 from 19-9 and beyond. Neitzel puts Michigan State up by 5 and for good. Trying to play their way into the tournament. Neitzel called it unbelievable. Here's Tom Izzo.
We played about as good as we could play, and I still think Wisconsin's one of the best teams in the country, but on this given night, I give our guys credit. We played great defensively. We made some big shots when we needed to. Every class has to leave a footprint in the sand here. This is the first MSU team ever to be the #1 team at home. I'd say they got themselves a footprint.
Wisconsin came in #1 in the AP poll, #2 in the ESPN USA Today coaches poll.
Game against Durant in Texas, when Durant went off on Tech with 37 points and 23 rebounds. Knight would have to take issue with all the Longhorns Tuesday. Durant with the steal goes the other way. DJ Augustine to Damian Jones throwing down the deuce. James with 12, then Durant outside. Then A.J. Abrams, he said people are playing like it's the last game of the season. He had 18, then Justin Mason. He drops 13, part of a 28-8 Texas run. Durant, another 3. They led by 22 at the half. All 5 starters in double figures. Second half, up 23. Durant, who had 30 or more in 6 of his first 9 Big 12 games, puts Texas up 25. Then later, up 30, Durant. He had 17, and the Longhorns just roll over Tech 80-51.
More college hoops, #18 West Virginia, desperately in need of a quality road win. They weren't going to get it in Providence. Waimi Epajuku for the 3. Friars extend their lead to 6. Sherrod Curry up to Herbert Hill. He'll tip it in. Providence by a half dozen. 45 ticks to go. West Virginia down by that margin. Off the inbounds. Joe Alexander to the basket. He'll take the foul, make the free throw, cut the lead in half to 3. Epajuku down court to Hill. He's their leading scorer. Only had 12 in this game. It was enough. On the desperation 3, the Mountaineers missed their 32nd 3 attempt of the night out of the 41 they jacked up. Friars win it by 3.
Number 23 Notre Dame has never won 17 games at home in a single season. They were 16-0 at home when they tipped against DePaul, and off the opening tip, Colin Falls just getting warmed up off the screen. Another 3 in the foul, 4-point play for Falls, then another 3. Irish lead by 15. Take another look, just lights out in the first half for Falls. Scored all 19 of his points in the first half. Irish up 18 at the break. In the second half, up 19. Torrey Jackson gives it up to Rob Kurtz from long range. Take another look at this one. Jackson gets himself in the air, but still gets it out to Kurtz. Notre Dame wins by 24, and they win their 17th at home for the first time ever in a season.
It's Oklahoma and Missouri in the middle of the Big 12 and in the middle of the Show Me State. Missouri's last 5 games against the Sooners decided by 4 points or less, and sure enough, in the second half, it is tight, yo. Leo Lyons into the post and the bucket for 2 of his 14. Mizzou up a deuce. Oklahoma down 3. Bobby Mays pushing it real good. Austin Johnson on the wing knocks down the 3 to tie it up at 61. 64 all. The freshman Keon Lawrence spins, hits. Tigers have won 4 of 5 since they put Lawrence in the lineup. Mizzou wins it 72-68.
Just a year after making the Final Four, LSU has lost 8 of its last 9 games and 10 in a row at Rupp Arena. First half, Ramel Bradley with the steal goes the other way. 2 of his 16. And then LSU, they can't get the ball cross the court on great Kentucky trap. 10-second violation. John Brady walks on. A lot of frustration playing without big baby Glenn Davis. Still that muscle strain he's suffering from. Brady with the technical. That sparks Kentucky. Randolph Morris put back. Kentucky up 1. That's Morris's 1,000th career point. Up 2, Jody Meeks. He had 18, 4-point lead. And then Joe Crawford, Kentucky's leading scorer. That's his first 2 points of the game. Kentucky wins.
OHIO, Ohio State, #1 ranked Buckeyes hosting Penn State. Greg Oden's club looking for its 12th straight win. Oden, 71 blocks this season. Penn State is a team, 42. Buckeyes up just 2. Second half, they trailed by 3 at half. Jamel Cornley talked to the Oden hand. 6-point game under 4 minutes to go. The theme continues. The block party continues. Jamar Butler on the other end. He had 18. Oden 3 blocks on the night. Final 2 minutes. Ohio State going to win. Oden 17 points, 14 boards. He is a Lion tamer. And the Buckeyes 68-60 is your final. And Buckeyes will take a 1-game lead in the Big Ten into their Sunday showdown with the Badgers. Wisconsin has won 7 of the last 8 meetings, including a 3-point win in Madison in early January.
Florida beat South Carolina by 34 in Columbia earlier this year. Billy Donovan's fellows could win the SEC East, and they started out the way they started in Columbia. That's Al Horford down low, bucket, Gators up 17. Joakim Noah didn't have the best game of the season. He was 2 of 10 from the floor, but he passes the 1,000-point mark. Gators up 32-13, and Horford down low just couldn't be stopped, and South Carolina shouldn't feel ashamed because not too many teams have as solid a talent in the post as Horford. He had 20 points. He also had 5 blocks, and that is a big, loud one there. Lee Humphrey, one of the best 3-point shooters in the country. He had been absolutely on fire for a while. He's cooled off a little bit. Only 8 of his last 26, but he hits that 3. Florida wins, and fellas, let's wait till April to cut down nets.
Chapel Hill, 5th-ranked North Carolina, looking to avenge a 4-point loss earlier this month. Sidney Lowe's NC State squad, late first game tied. Quentin Thomas getting the loose ball. Alley-oop, Brandon Wright. Carolina led by 1 at the half. Sidney Lowe hasn't seen enough, but the flu got to him. He went to a Durham hospital, treated for dehydration. Roy Williams going to match him against North Carolina State legend Monty Towles. He was a playmaker in his day, not a rebounder. He couldn't rebound for his team, which couldn't rebound. Tyler Hansbrough. He had 20. Then Ellington can't hit it, but Wright can. 15 offensive boards for UNC, and they end up winning by 19.
Campus, Georgetown has won 9 straight. John Thompson III. His boys looking for their 10th straight conference win here. Deonta Vaughn with the steal for Cincinnati. Jeff Green not having it. Playing defense, kicks it. We head the other way. Georgetown 2nd in the nation in field goal percentage. Part of the reason why Roy Hibbert, who is 9 feet tall. Hoya's up 10. Jeff Green had his 4th 20-point game of the season. He's got range there, and then good ball movement here. They like to run that Princeton-style backdoor offense. Hoyas win it by many. Cincinnati's lost 9 straight.
Television, Scott Van Pelt. Fair to say that Texas A&M may be the quietest team in the top 10.
I believe that's accurate.
9th-ranked Aggies at Oklahoma State. You know, they're 0-11 all-time at Gallagher-Iba Arena, but if they're going to get a first, it may be this season because the first streak of 3 20-win seasons in a row. First win at Oklahoma, and they've got their highest rank ever in the ESPN coaches poll. They were 6 early. They're 9 now.
Also, Oklahoma State's struggling.
Yeah, and they struggled on this night. AC Law there. Oklahoma State fought the law. The Law won. He had 19. Bogan and Curry, season lows. Most lopsided home defeat in nearly 3 decades. And it came on a night when they honored Eddie Sutton at halftime. So bad all around for Oklahoma State. 66-46 A&M. Chief Illiniwek, after 80 years, the NCAA banned the university from hosting postseason activities as long as it continued to use him. The NCAA not alone in finding the characterization offensive. There are those who are toasting the end of this, and there are others who are crying. Started out at football games way back when, and performing at halftime. He will perform no more. Also the end of the career from the home standpoint for 3 seniors, including Richard McBride. He hits the 3 right there from downtown Champaign. Illinois up 13. And Warren Carter, also one of the 3 seniors, along with Marcus Arnold. That's McBride to Carter right there. And Illinois, 12-point winner, 54-42.
Hail to the Chief. Keeping an eye on some teams that need to improve their resumes to make sure they make the tournament. Indiana lost a couple of road games, home in Assembly Hall, and Roderick Wilmot beats the first half buzzer for 3 of his 16. IU up 7 over the Gophers. DJ White's been solid all year. Bounce pass to the big man on the block bucket. He had 17. Indiana wins by a dozen. Purdue's resume better. Took a hit. Iowa gets a 3 here from Adam Haluska. Steve Alford's club's not going to make the tournament unless they win the Big Ten tournament, but they played well in this one, shot 56%. Tyler Smith working in low. He had 18. Iowa wins by 19. Georgia Tech, Paul Hewitt's club looking much better of late. Mohamed Faye had 1 bucket in the game. That one. Tech's up 13. And Javaris Crittenden is a good-looking freshman here. Young fella, don't sweat the technique. He had a team-high 22. Stay in the ACC, College Park. Terps and Florida State tied at the half. Terps open the second half on a 12-0 run. DJ Strawberry drops the hammer there, 2 of his 10. Then Eric Hayes, the freshman point guard, to Bombali Osby, ready or not. Here comes the boom. Career-high 15 for Boom. See y'all Sunday. Alabama, Tennessee. Chris Lofton in overtime. He had 20. Didn't make that one, but Duke Cruz with the tip-in. Tennessee's up 1 over Alabama, and then Dane Bradshaw to Cruz. He's a freshman, showing out. Levitation. Holmes, Tennessee wins by 3.
Vanderbilt's first game since knocking off then #1 Florida. Commodores at Mississippi State. First half, Jamont Gordon, the 3. He had a triple-double, 15 points, 12 boards, 10 assists. Later in the first, Reginald Delp smacked that. Here's one of those assists. Gordon, alley-oop, Charles Rhodes. 18-point lead. Second half, all Mississippi State. Dietrich Slater to Rhodes, who finished with 23. And Mississippi State, easy by 13.
Virginia Tech got run its last time out at NC State. Al Skinner's BC Eagles had a tough home week, lost to North Carolina and Duke. The second half, all Virginia Tech. Darren Washington, you think that's good? You're about to see something way better in a minute. Tech now up 11. Jamont Gordon to A.D. Vasayo, and he's a designated shooter. Skinner's not happy. Oh, Al, it's going to get worse. Washington. I'm speechless. Power's comparable to Wonder Boy. Tech starts the second half on a 32-6 run. They crush BC. Hoops we go. California has beaten UCLA twice in a row in Pauley Pavilion. The Wizard of Westwood and John Wooden in the building to watch the fellas try to make it a 19-game home winning streak, and there Russell Westbrook drives through the Cal defense that did not really participate. UCLA down 3, though, after the free throw. Here, Josh Shipp with the blow-by. Nice lay-in. UCLA is up 5. UCLA would stretch this out and be up by as many as 25. They would win by 10. Shipp here, 2 of his 22, and one of the greatest has ever been. John Wooden looking on with an approving glance.
All right, this one I will raise you. It's 11th ranked Washington State at 24th ranked Oregon. Oregon down 2. We've got under 4 minutes to go. Tawan Porter head fake. He hits the 3, and Ernie Kent's club's up a buck. Washington State's next possession, Hammerling. He goes dunk, and Tony Bennett's club's up 1. Now Oregon up 1. Aaron Brooks, he misses, but Marty Lunin gathers the spill. Oregon up 3. Taylor Rochesty goes left-hand layup, and Washington State pulls within 1, but then Aaron Brooks comes back, and Oregon goes up 3. What a game at historic Matt Court. 12 seconds left. Wazoo a chance to tie, and Kyle Weaver dribbles it off his knee, and Oregon 64-59, and they're rocking it ready.
Maryland, where the Terps lit them up and shot way better than 50%. Tigers have got to win or their bubble will burst. Oliver Purnell did such a great job at the beginning. Coach K and Duke, his team has really come on since that 4-game losing streak. There is Greg Paulus with a triple. Duke's up a dozen. Then DeMarcus Nelson drops the hammer. Duke closed the first half on a 29-8 run. They're up 21 at the half. But here comes Clemson. A desperate team has got to fight as hard as they can. James Mays, a bucket. All 5 starters in double figures. Clemson's within 6. Take another look. Sam Perry climbs over the back of Josh McRoberts. No foul called. McRoberts reacts with a bit of an elbow there. No foul called either way. Ensuing Clemson possession. Trevor Booker goes hard for the offensive board. That would have cut the game to 4. This time they call over the back. Would have made it a 4-point game, and Duke from there stretches it out. John Shire, 5 of 6 from the floor, 3 of 3 from 3. A team-high 18 for the freshman, and Duke, perhaps the death blow for Clemson.
7th-ranked Memphis back home after its trip to Zags country. Tigers' 15-game win streak, longest active in D1. They're going to clinch Conference USA regular season title with a W. First half, Antonio Anderson for 3. Memphis up 7. Then Jeremy Hunt from distance. Memphis was up 18 at the half. Anderson, 4 out of 8 from 3, and Willie Kemp, 4 out of 6 from 3. Memphis 15 of 32 from 3, but Joey Dorsey says, I don't need to shoot the 3. I can do it in transition. Memphis up 29, and if some Dorsey is good, more is better. 99-63. It was all Memphis.
They win every game by a million. Butler trying to avoid a 2-game losing streak in Hinkle Fieldhouse. Todd Lickletter's team ranked 15th, but Loyola was game in this one. They had a 12-point lead in the second half, but A.J. Graves, ball fake, splappa. He finished with 24. Butler's up 4. Under 3 to go. Blake Schild went off. 28 for him in this ball game. Loyola's up a deuce. Under a minute left. Loyola down 2. Andy Polka. 3 the hard way. Loyola is up 1. They haven't won in Hinkle Fieldhouse in 17 straight games. 30 ticks to go. Graves trying to tie it. No, it goes begging. Butler hitting a rough stretch. They've lost 3 of 5. Loyola's got 20 wins. It's the O.J. Mayo Show. Huntington High School star O.J. Mayo, he's heading to USC, taking on St. Patrick of New Jersey. They're number 1 in the land. Mayo, finger roll, ties the game at 61. Then it's Mayo, pull up 3. All right, son, I'm going to let you have that. It's in your hometown, but you banked it in. Tied at 70. We go to overtime. Huntington down 1. This one is just pure. Making it rain. He had 9 3-pointers. Huntington's up 2. But then St. Patrick on the break. Corey Fisher, who had 37, he's headed to Nova. Dish to Jeff Robinson. He's headed to Memphis. Layup. They're number 1 in the land for a reason. St. Patrick's on top. Then late, Mayo, a long 3 that would have given his team the lead. It goes begging, and St. Patrick gets a 2-point win in a wildly entertaining high school ball game.